Sherry Turkle, Reclaiming Conversation, The Power of Talk in a Digital Age. Welcome to the summary of Reclaiming Conversation, The Power of Talk in a Digital Age, by Sherry Turkle. Through this book summary, you can explore the advantages of face-to-face communication and the value of solitude, reflect on the impact distracted parenting has on children's development, and understand the limitations of online connections in forming meaningful relationships. With highlights on empathy and genuine self-reflection, you'll discover how digital media is shaping our standards of communication and affecting our satisfaction with our choices in life.
Disconnecting in the connected age. In an age of digital connections, phones at the table can disrupt the nature of our conversations, making us steer away from sensitive topics and miss forming emotional bonds. A recent study revealed that face-to-face communication generates stronger emotional bonds than communicating via digital devices like video chats or online messaging. When we communicate, our faces convey words and feelings, allowing for a direct connection. In-person communication also allows us to give others our undivided attention, which we lack during digital communications. College students today display 40% fewer signs of empathy than they did 2 decades ago. Our digital devices have disconnected us from the people directly in front of us, hindering our capacity to form long-lasting emotional bonds and empathy. The importance of solitude. In a world where digital media dominates our lives, we rarely experience true solitude. Surrounded by distractions, we suppress our deeper thoughts and feelings, preventing us from establishing a sense of identity. When we're constantly connected online, we become less honest and enter into a performance mode, ultimately harming our empathy. Susan Cain's book, Quiet, highlights the importance of solitude for introverts, but it's critical for everyone if we want to empathize with others. Additionally, psychologists have found that solitude aids in creativity, allowing our brains to imagine and create freely. We must prioritize genuine self-reflection, keeping a journal instead of sharing information to an online newsfeed. Our brains need real solitude for incorporating meaning and sense into our lives. The impact of distracted parenting. In a world inundated with technology, parents must pay attention to how their actions influence their children. Neuroscience suggests that parental attentive approaches promote social skills, such as empathy, from a young age, whereas ignoring children can lead to emotional detachment and behavioral issues. Results from a study of 55 caregivers indicate a disturbing tendency to focus on phone use over engaging with children in restaurants. While relationships between adolescents and parents often require compromise, setting boundaries on phone usage and modeling good behavior remain critical for fostering strong connections and healthy mental development. The changing face of friendship. While social media has made it easier to connect with others, it has also shifted our expectations of what friendship entails. The author of this book conducted interviews and found that many young people prefer texting to phone calls as they can self-edit and avoid showing vulnerability. There is also increasing pressure to be available on social media at all times, even among middle schoolers. Unwritten rules dictate what people expect from friendship, with many valuing someone who can make them happy or laugh over trust, caring, or kindness. The paradox of choice in online dating. Online dating offers an infinite pool of potential partners, but this abundance of choice might be making us unhappy. Research shows that people are more satisfied with their choices when they have a limited range of options to choose from. Psychologist Barry Schwartz explains that freedom and choice don't necessarily bring happiness. In the world of online dating, people often stop communicating without explanation, leading to feelings of isolation and frustration. Digital media trains us to disconnect from real relationships as we learn to mindlessly swipe to the next profile. The online world can play with our minds, causing disappointment when our real-life encounters don't live up to the expectations set by online profiles. With its overwhelming number of options and lack of genuine communication, online dating can leave us feeling miserable and disconnected instead of empathetic and connected. Multitasking, a myth. The ability to multitask is a myth. Our brains can only focus on one thing at a time, and constantly switching between activities leads to decreased performance. Despite this, technology has made it easy for us to get distracted, causing negative effects such as less intelligence and critical thinking. College students texting in class and physicians relying heavily on digital databases are just some examples. To combat this, some people have turned to software programs that block internet access or taking notes with pen and paper. It's time to rethink our approach to multitasking and focus on being fully present in one task at a time. The illusion of online activism. The Internet's impact on activism and privacy is explored in this book. While online petitions may bring attention to causes, they often fail to translate into real-world engagement. Furthermore, the convenience of online services puts our privacy at risk, as we surrender personal information without realizing the consequences. Unplugging for creativity. In a world where digital devices consume our time, taking a break from technology can foster creativity. Vannevar Bush, a famous engineer, once dreamed of machines freeing humans to focus on slow creative thinking. By becoming more mindful of how we use technology, we can make this a reality. Instead of firing off immediate responses to stressful emails, take a break and engage in a creative activity, such as playing an electric guitar or painting. The Internet can also remind us of the need to openly discuss controversial topics and agree to disagree. The tendency to avoid conflict, both online and in real life, hinders progress. By addressing online privacy issues and holding Internet companies accountable for data protection, we can solve some of the challenges presented by the Internet.
In conclusion, Reclaiming Conversation emphasizes the importance and benefits of face-to-face conversations and genuine self-reflection in the digital age. Sherry Turkle highlights how digital media can negatively affect our empathy, relationships, and even our creativity. The book suggests that we must consciously strive to disconnect from our devices to truly engage with others, practice solitude, and be prepared to discuss differing opinions to foster empathy and understanding. By recognizing the limitations of online connections, we can make informed decisions on how we interact digitally and work towards reclaiming the lost art of conversation in our fast-paced, technology-driven world.